All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we are diving deep into the world of biotech.
Yeah, biotech, always
A
exciting.
company that's really making some noise, Viking Therapeutics.
Oh, yeah. They're
You may not
making a splash.
have heard of them,
Yeah,
but they're setting their sights on a pretty massive prize.
that's right.
They want to be a major player in the weight loss drug market.
Big market.
Huge. So
Yeah.
our source for this deep dive is a recent Motley Fool article
Oh, okay.
that really breaks down Viking's potential and the challenges they face.
They face some big hurdles, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a fascinating case study, I think.
It is.
When you think about it.
We're talking about
You've got this company.
a company with a market cap of just $7 billion going up against giants
Giants.
like Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly. Companies worth hundreds of billions,
Hundreds of
already dominating
the market
like,
with crushing it.
blockbuster drugs like Ozempic
Ozempic?
and Mounjaro. Have you heard of those?
Oh, yeah, those are
Everyone's talking about it.
all over the place. Yeah, so it's a
It
real
was a real
David versus Goliath situation.
David versus Goliath, yeah.
But what makes Viking
What makes them think?
think they can even compete?
Yeah, I mean, how can they even...
Their goal.
Their goal is to develop a weight loss drug.
A weight loss drug that rivals
Rivals those big names.
the big yeah, so specifically they're working on
On a
dual GLP-1 GIP
GLP-1 GIP, yeah.
receptor agonist.
Receptor agonist, it's key. Really key to understanding this whole space.
So break it down for us.
All right, so these receptors,
Okay.
GLP-1 and GIP, they play a crucial role
Crucial.
in regulating appetite and blood sugar levels.
Okay, so by developing a drug that activates both,
Both, yeah.
Viking is aiming for a like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, a powerful effect on weight loss.
Powerful.
A similar approach to Eli Lilly's Mounjaro,
Oh, okay.
which has seen incredible success.
So they're following a proven
A proven playbook.
playbook. So they're
Aiming high.
aiming high, but do they have the goods?
The goods, that's the question.
I mean, the Motley Fool article highlights some
It's a pretty
impressive results
impressive, yeah.
from a recent phase 1 trial.
A phase 1 trial, early days, but
Early, yeah,
promising.
of Viking's oral weight loss candidate.
Oral, that's important.
So tell me about those results.
Yeah, they are noteworthy.
Okay.
Participants in the trial saw an average weight loss of 8.2%
8.2%.
from the baseline weight,
Okay.
and in just 28 days.
Wow.
That's less than a month.
Less than a month. That's pretty.
Now, it's crucial to remember, there's an early stage trial.
Right.
But seeing that level of weight loss
Why?
in such a short time frame, it's definitely exciting.
8.2% in less than a month? I mean, that's remarkable.
It is remarkable.
And you mentioned it's an oral medication.
Yeah, right.
Why is that such a big deal?
Well, think about it from a patient's perspective.
Okay.
Taking a pill,
So much easier
much more convenient
than injections.
than regular injections. I mean, needles, nobody likes needles.
Nobody likes needles. That's true.
So it could be a real game changer
Okay.
in terms of patient compliance
Right.
and preference.
Makes sense.
And that could give Viking a real edge,
An edge in the market.
in the market.
Right. It's all about ease of use, right?
Ease of use, absolutely.
But hold on, there's a but here, right?
There's always a but.
There's always a but.
Right.
This Motley Fool article also mentions that it's getting pretty crowded in the weight loss drug arena.
Oh, yeah, it's a hot space.
I mean, it's not just Viking
No,
vying for a slice of the pie.
everyone wants a piece
Everyone wants a piece.
of that pie.
You're absolutely right. I mean,
The competition.
the competition is fierce.
AstraZeneca, for example.
Oh, AstraZeneca.
They're developing their own
Uh,
oral GLP-1 candidate
Oh, so it's an oral.
called AZD504.
AZD504.
They're clearly serious
Serious
about becoming a major player.
a major player.
And of course,
Eli Lilly.
Eli Lilly
Not gonna just sit back.
isn't resting on its laurels.
Right.
They have 2 more weight loss drugs in phase 3 trials,
So they've got.
including one that's also taken orally.
So they're coming out with an oral one too.
They are, yeah.
So the race is on.
The race is definitely on.
Yeah. So the big question is, I mean, can Viking actually succeed
Yeah.
in this competitive landscape?
A tough landscape.
I mean, Goldman Sachs predicts that the weight loss drug market could reach
a
staggering $100 billion.
$100 billion.
By 2030.
By 2030.
That's 16 times.
16 times.
Its current size.
It's crazy.
Is there even room for a smaller company?
Yeah, I mean, is there even room for Viking?
Like Viking?
That's a great question.
It's a big question.
And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
This predicted growth.
Yeah.
It's not just hype.
Okay.
It's there are factors.
Okay.
Like rising obesity rates.
Makes sense.
Increasing awareness of weight-related health issues.
Oh, yeah.
And the potential for these drugs to treat other conditions.
Like diabetes.
So it suggests...
So there's
likely space.
There's real demand.
Yeah, for multiple companies to thrive.
So it doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be.
Winner take all.
Winner take all.
That's good news for Viking, right?
Potentially.
What's
fascinating here is how this market is likely to segment based on
individual
patient profiles.
Different drugs.
Oh, okay.
Might have specific advantage
for different people.
In terms of efficacy.
Safety.
Okay. Or even how they're administered.
Oh, okay.
So
different ways of taking the drug.
That creates opportunities.
For
companies like Viking to carve out their own niche.
So they don't have to.
Even if those heavy hitters already in the ring.
The big boys.
The big boys already there.
Yeah. There
might be room for others to slip in.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not an impossible.
It's not impossible.
But it's gonna be a challenge.
A challenge, that's for sure.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And we'll be right back to
delve deeper into this.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
All right. See you in a sec.
Okay. And there's another potential path to success for Viking.
Okay, I love a good plot twist. What is it?
Partnerships.
Oh, okay.
Or even acquisition.
Okay.
By a larger company.
So they get bought out.
Exactly.
Okay.
If a pharmaceutical giant sees the potential
in Viking.
In Viking's drug candidate.
Right.
Especially with those promising early trial results.
Yeah, those were pretty impressive.
And the appeal of an oral format.
Right.
They might be willing to shell out some big bucks.
To pay a premium to get their hands on it.
Now that would be a huge win.
Huge win.
For anybody who invested in Viking early on.
Early investors.
But let's face it, biotech, I mean...
It's a risky business.
It's a risky business.
That's for sure.
What are some of the potential pitfalls?
That Viking might encounter?
Well, as you mentioned, the competition...
It's fierce.
...is intense.
Very, very tough.
Viking is up against companies...
Yeah.
...with significantly more resources...
Maybe more money.
...and experience...
Yeah.
...navigating this complex world of drug development.
Drug development is a long commercialization.
And complicated process.
But beyond that...
Okay.
Their lead candidate... is still...
in early stages.
In early stage trials.
Right, we can't forget that.
It's a long road.
Long road.
From phase one... to actually getting a drug approved. And out on the market.
Out on the market, yeah.
Exactly. A lot can happen.
A lot can happen along the way.
I mean...
unexpected side effects could emerge.
Side effects, right?
In later stage trials.
Oh, yeah.
The results might not be as impressive.
Right.
In larger patient populations.
Okay, so you got to expand the trials, make sure it works for more people.
Or they could run into regulatory hurdles.
The FDA.
During the approval process.
Right. So you never know what the FDA is gonna say.
These are all inherent risks.
Inherent risks.
In drug development.
Right. It's a good reminder.
Yeah.
Investing in biotech.
Not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
That's for sure.
A lot of
ups and downs.
Ups and downs, yeah.
You got a roller coaster.
Gotta have a strong stomach.
Strong stomach. But let's say Viking does manage to overcome these challenges.
Right.
They get their drug approved.
Yeah.
It's safe. It's effective.
Effective.
And they're ready.
They're ready
to take on the market.
Launch.
I mean, even then, there's no guarantee of success.
Absolutely. Commercial success.
It's a whole other ballgame.
Depends on so many factors.
Okay.
Pricing strategies.
Okay.
Marketing campaigns.
Got to get the word out. Securing favorable insurance coverage.
Insurance.
These are all critical pieces
of the puzzle. So even with a great drug, a company can stumble.
They can stumble if they don't execute well.
If they don't get those other pieces right.
Exactly.
Man, this is starting to sound like a real high wire act.
It is.
So much has to go right.
So much has to go right.
For a company like Viking to hit it big.
That's the nature of biotech investing.
High risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward.
But definitely a space where
you got to do your homework.
You got to do your homework. You got to do your research.
Your due diligence.
Yeah. So let's talk about that.
Right.
What would you say to someone listening who's intrigued by Viking and considering investing?
Considering taking the plunge.
What are the key things they should be looking at?
The first thing,
number one,
honestly, assess your own risk tolerance.
How much risk?
Investing in a company like Viking, which is still in its early stages.
And
facing
big challenges.
Significant challenges.
Yeah.
Means
I could lose it all.
Being comfortable with the possibility
right.
of losing your entire investment.
It's crucial to go in with eyes wide open.
Eyes wide open.
Knowing what you're getting yourself into.
Exactly.
But if someone is comfortable with that level of risk, what else should they be considering?
I'd say delve deeper into the science behind Viking's drug candidate. Okay, understand how it works.
Understand how it works.
Yeah.
What its potential advantages are.
Advantages over the competition
compared to existing treatments.
Right.
What the data
from those early trials.
Really tells us.
What's the data actually saying?
Yeah, because
you gotta
look beyond the hype.
Read between the lines.
And it's also important to look beyond the science. And understand the market dynamics. At play, right?
Absolutely.
This Motley Fool article is a great starting point.
It is.
But it's important to dig deeper.
To go further.
Into the competitive landscape. Who are the major players? What are their strengths and weaknesses? And what are the trends? Shaping the future of this whole
the weight loss drug market. It's a rapidly evolving market.
So in essence, it's about understanding the big picture. You got the science. You got the market. You got the competition. And then you're trying to see if Viking has a genuine chance to carve out a place for themselves. Amidst all that.
Amidst all the chaos.
Amidst the chaos.
Precisely.
It's about connecting the dots. And seeing if the potential rewards outweigh the very real risks. Yeah. It's a tough call.
It is.
But hopefully this deep dive will help people make a more informed decision.
That's the goal.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's like piecing together a puzzle, isn't it?
It is.
You got you got the science, you got the market, you got the competition.
Bunch of pieces.
And you're trying to see if they all fit together to make,
to make a compelling case.
A compelling case. Yeah, like is this a good investment or not?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what makes this type of deep dive so valuable, I think.
I agree.
It's about equipping you.
Giving you the tools.
The listener, yeah.
Yeah, the knowledge, the insights.
To make informed decisions.
To make those smart decisions.
Whether you're, a seasoned investor or just starting to explore this world of biotech.
Because it can be a daunting world.
It's complex.
It's complex. There's a lot going on.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From Viking's ambitious goals. To the challenges they face.
Those are real challenges.
The promising trial data.
Very promising.
The fierce competition.
It's a crowded space.
The potential rewards.
The potential is huge.
And the inherent risks.
And the risks are significant.
So where does this all leave us?
Well, I think it's fair to say Viking Therapeutics is a company with a lot of potential. Okay. But also a lot of unknowns.
So it's a real, what do they call it?
A real, a wild card.
Wild card, yeah.
Yeah. Their success hinges on several factors.
Like
Their ability to navigate
the
clinical trial process.
Right, get through those trials.
Successfully commercialize their drug.
If it's approved, right.
If approved, yeah.
And ultimately
carve out a space
for themselves in this crazy market.
Increasingly crowded market.
So it's a gamble.
It is a gamble.
But potentially an exciting one.
Potentially very exciting.
High risk, high reward.
That's biotech in a nutshell.
That's biotech. And ultimately, the decision of whether or not to invest
in Viking
is a personal one.
It's a personal decision.
There's no right or wrong answer.
No right or wrong answer.
It comes down to your individual
risk tolerance,
your
investment goals, and your assessment of the company's prospects.
Do you believe in Viking?
Do you think they can pull it off?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Well said. Well said. And I think that's a great note to end on.
Yeah.
I think this deep dive
has
given you a lot to think about.
A lot to chew on.
And hopefully it sparked
some curiosity.
Some curiosity to explore
this fascinating world.
Of biotech.
Even further.
Yeah, remember,
this landscape is
a constantly evolving
space.
New discoveries.
New technologies, new companies emerging.
All the time.
Oh, so stay curious, keep learning.
Yeah, keep learning.
And you'll be well equipped.
You'll be ready
to navigate this exciting and ever-changing world.
Absolutely.
And who knows?
Maybe we'll do another deep
dive on a different player.
The different player.
In the weight loss. Drug market soon.
There are so many
compelling stories out there.
So many stories out there.
Waiting to be told.
Waiting to be explored. So until then, happy investing, everybody.
Happy investing.